correct their own crimes, because the number of people that were killed by the Japanese militarism and how people were killed by the Japanese militarism are difficult even to imagine, but these facts have been recorded in history. What does Tokyo think about it? If Japanese journalists are not going to write about it, I think that Chinese journalists will report this proposal to the region, will bring it to the attention of the region. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, Happy New Year and Merry Christmas. TV channel, Dunia News Pakistan, please.
I'm Shahid Guman, correspondent Dunia News Pakistan. First of all, happy birthday.
Спасибо большое. Спасибо.
Поздравляю день рождения.
Спасибо.
Happy birthday.
In advance.
Вас тоже с
I have one
наступающими.
question.
Happy New Year and Merry Christmas.
With several countries expressing readiness to deploy peacekeeping forces to Palestine, in Russia considering the possibility of sending its own peacekeeping contingent under a United Nations or other international framework. What is Moscow's official position in this matter?
Как известно,
As you know, the deployment of the so-called peacekeeping stabilization forces in Palestine, its mandate should be identified by the resolution 2803. This is the classic peacekeeping mission that would be accountable to the UN Security Council. It won't be accountable to the UN Security Council. That's why Russia abstained from the vote on that UN Security Council resolution. And we would like to know that traditional Russian military have never been sent as part of peacekeeping forces of the United Nations. We provide assistance by sending military observers and their advisors, and by providing services and training of UN peacekeepers.
спасибо вам.
Thank you. China Media Corporation, please. Yes, Ms. Zakharova, here first of all we would like to join the words of previous colleagues. We would like to wish you all the best. Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, and let all your dreams come true. Thank you and wish you good health, and thank you. All the wishes, I wish you the same. Likewise. We have two questions talking about festivities 2025. It's coming to an end, and Russia and China has had developing its relations. So talking about the cooperation between China and Russia in 2025, what key words could be used to describe it and why? And next year we will mark the 25th anniversary of signing the Treaty on Good Neighborliness, Friendship and Cooperation between the two countries, and how do you think these relations are going to develop in the future?
Russia-China relations, and we talk about them regularly. There is no briefing that does not feature this topic. Is strong and dynamical development. They reflect the root interests of our states and one of the key factors of regional and global stability. The President of the Russian Federation, during a recent direct line, highly regarded highly the bilateral relations and noted the personal achievements of President of China Xi Jinping. I think that the words for our bilateral ties are reliability and trust, and I hope that in the next year, in 2026, will continue to be the key words for our relations. We cannot but mention the historic continuity, because Moscow and Beijing were the main global capitals that celebrated the 80 years of the victory over the German fascism and Japanese militarism. We look into future, and I'm sure that we will celebrate the upcoming 25 years of the agreement of good neighboring relations, friendship and cooperations. We want to continue strengthening our relations based on this document. You can be sure of that. I think that this exchange years of culture in Russia of China and in China of Russia, they just have been over, and they showed high interest, a lot of interest to the events. And I'm sure the next year will be marked with a lot of interesting events in different formats. Thank you very much. We have one more question. You talked about the Japanese militarism. We have one more question regarding this. The Kyoto agency said that one of the officials in charge of national security said that Tokyo needs nuclear weapons. This caused serious concerns, including for in China. But how does Russia evaluate such statements? What risks are there for the security in the region? We said that the abandoning by Japan of its neutral, non-nuclear statement will be the violation of the NPT treaty. This could exacerbate the situation in northeastern Asia and cause countermeasures from the countries that it threatens. Thank you very much. Thank you. Is Rita with us? Good afternoon, Madam Zakharova. I'm happy to join and congratulate you on the upcoming New Year and Christmas. And to you too. I congratulate you too. There's a nuance. I don't know what to tell you. In your country, Christmas has been already celebrated, or can I tell you that I congratulate you with all the holidays? There is no sound. Please, can you turn your mic off? Thank you very much for the congratulations. And I work in Moscow, and the Christmas is yet to come. Oh, then I congratulate you with the New Year holidays, with the upcoming holidays then. So what's your question? Here's the question. Every week the West say that Russia will be defeated unavoidably. In Monday, during the statement at the Valdai Discussion Club, Sergei Rabkov, the Deputy Foreign Minister of Russia, said that Russia is prepared to sign legal documents, that Russia does not have such plans. Recently, President of Russia Vladimir Putin said the same thing. In this regard, I would like to ask you, the Foreign Ministry, what is the form of such guarantees? Should the West do the similar guarantees to Moscow? Is the issue of mutual guarantees not to attack is something that is being discussed right now around the Ukrainian settlement? I will try to briefly and shortly answer this. The Russian Federation is consistently supports the strong architecture of European security based on the principles of equality, mutual respect of interest, and indivisibility of security. And those this architecture will be built like this. We have no doubt in this. There's no ifs in this. In this context, the statement of the Deputy Foreign Minister Ryabkov repeats the previously made statements by President Vladimir Putin and Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov. We are prepared to legally write down the lack of aggressive plans regarding NATO and EU countries, and they are a natural continuation of our principled and consistent position. We cannot see this as something suiting the current situation. This is our consistent policy. We have done a lot for this throughout the whole situation, throughout history. If you forgot this, in late 2021, we worked out and suggested to discuss for joint work the relevant principles that would enshrine the guarantees of security. This was an invitation for a large-scale discussion. We sent them to Washington, to Brussels, to NATO in Brussels. In particular, we were prepared to work with Europeans on a wide range of issues. We sent them to the OSCE. We received strategic silence, if I may say. This is our unwavering position, and this statement will only follow up to it. Russia is prepared to sign a written, legally abiding document. It should be defined during negotiations, but this should be a full-fledged international legal act. Russia is open to serious dialogue on this pragmatic and equal basis, unlike many Western countries that favored the way of military and political and economic pressure and escalation. These countries bear full responsibility for the escalation and the lost possibilities in ensuring European and global security in general. As to the last part of your question, to do with, if I'm not mistaken, about negotiations or the track to do with the Ukrainian conflict. I asked if this is something that has been discussed around Ukraine. We said many times that these negotiations are taking place behind closed doors, so that they cannot be interfered with. So that's why we do not speak out about that. This is our principled position. This is we always share something that we can share, but this is negotiations for a reason, so that we can work at the negotiation table on the philosophy, ideas, main points of this issue, and not to go to the mic and talk, just speak. Thank you very much, Madam Zakharova. Thanks to you. Is Baltic News with us? Good afternoon, Madam Zakharova. I join congratulations of my colleagues. I wish you all the best. Here's my question. President of Russia, Vladimir Putin, taking stock of the year, outlined that the possible blockade of the Kaliningrad region can lead to a full-fledged conflict. The infliction of defeat on this Russian region is something that NATO speaks a lot. Can this be prevented? Unfortunately, the situation in the Baltic areas remains difficult. We see the growth of the military activity not far from the borders with the Kaliningrad region. the Europeans try to put more pressure on Russian operators. Some European politicians want to turn the Baltic Sea, and this is hilarious, into an internal sea of the alliance. They are crazy, insane. This is delirious about the possible blockade of the Kaliningrad region. They went as much as to talk about the seizure of the region. Together with the colleagues from the Defense Ministry of the Russian Federation and other relevant authorities, we have to consider certain risks and to work out the response measures. We will continue involving all the means available to us, first of all, of political and diplomatic character to ensure the interests of Russia in the Baltic area and to protect the Kaliningrad region of the Russian Federation and their people. Thank you. Is Anadolu with us? Good afternoon, Madam Zakharova. We join the congratulations. I congratulate you on your birthday. We wish you happiness, and we see you very happy. This means that everything is good in your life. We have a question about two questions. We want to ask about negotiations. Does Russia think that the last updated version of the peace negotiation is acceptable for Russia? We do not comment on this. I understand that you're very interested in this. It is very interesting, but this is it is done not for entertainment of the wider public, but this is hard work that should bring positive results. Thank you very much. Thanks to you. Is PTV Pakistan TV channel with us? Good afternoon, Madam Zakharova. So nice to see you. I would like to join my colleagues in congratulating you. There are a lot of people from the Western countries who congratulate you. I saw a lot of posts, and I was surprised by such love to you. I have the following question. 2025 became very important for Russia-Pakistan contacts. Can we already say that relations between Russia and Pakistan are being translated from the political dialogue to a more practice-oriented and resultative cooperation? What certain signals or steps can be made to reform this next year? You know, indeed, this year, the traditionally constructive dialogue between our countries was very intense. I can give you examples. For example, there were negotiations between President of Russia with Prime Minister of Pakistan in Tianjin. They took place in September, and there was a short meeting in Ashgabat in December. In May, there was a visit of the President of the Senate of Pakistan to Moscow, and in November, in Islamabad hosted the 10th session of Intergovernmental Commission on Trade and Economic and Scientific and Technological Cooperation. There are also regular contacts between relevant ministries. During these meetings, there were discussions about regional and global issues, and approaches to some of them are very close. There were also discussions about mutually the beneficial cooperation from metallurgy to agriculture, fertilizers, cooperation in pharmaceuticals, organization of transcontinental cargo route within the international north-south transport corridor. We hope that with the adoption of Program of Development of Trade and Economic Cooperation between Russia and Pakistan until 2030, our joint work will be even more systemic. Is news.ru with us? Good afternoon, Madam Zakharova. I congratulate you on your birthday, and I join the best wishes of my colleagues to you. I have the following question. How does Moscow see the possible attempts of from the US to exacerbate the situation around Ukraine? We see a growing number of such incidents. They are aimed not only against the interests of... I'm sorry, probably I'm not mistaken. Can you please repeat your question? How does Moscow evaluate the risk of the US attempting to synchronize the Putin pressure on Russia and China around? Yes, I'm right about this, because we do see these provocations. We do not traditionally comment on the abstract ideas about how this can go on. As to the attempts to undermine the strategic partnership between Russia and China, such attempts will be futile. Our bilateral cooperation is not on a political declaration. However, they do have huge importance. Our international interaction is backed up by the economic ties, trade turnover, prospects that are enshrined and agreed upon in joint contracts, documents, agreements. The aggressive environment only strengthened the understanding between our countries and an attendant that there is need to protect together the civilizational values in various spheres of our life. Together, it's more convenient and easier to do that. That is to respond to such an aggression, overt or covert, direct or indirect. Thank you very much. I congratulate you on the upcoming holidays. Is Match TV with us?